Hello, this is Brian. Today is Saturday, December 11th, 2021. I'm here at the base of Mount Disappointment Road. Mount Wilson Road is just around this little bend here. So I'm just kind of poking around and seeing what interesting things I can find. Well, this right here is the Bill Reily Trail. I remember doing this once to go to Mount Disappointment and San Gabriel Peaks. The trail kind of starts down here, the back of this little miniature parking area. When I first did it, there was somebody kind of hinky hanging around, so I ended up parking by Redbox and walking the extra distance up here. I didn't want to chance my car getting broken into or something. So this is the Bill Reily Trail. I've already done my hiking for the day, so I'm not planning on climbing this up to Mount Disappointment. But if you want to hike up to Mount Disappointment and San Gabriel Peak, this is one of your options. A lot of people started Eaton Saddle and hike along the Mount Low Fire Road and then break off on the San Gabriel Peak Trail and hit Disappointment and San Gabriel Peaks from there. But this is the way I went the first time I did Mount Disappointment, and I've only done San Gabriel Peak once so far. But this is called the Bill Reily Trail. There's Mount Wilson Road. It's winding its way up towards Eaton Saddle. The elevation at the junction here is about 4,750 feet. So to get up to San Gabriel Peak, you're going to have about at least a 1,400 foot climb. I don't remember it being a difficult trail. There are a few steep pitches here and there, but one thing I remember is you're in lots of shade most of the way to the Mount Disappointment Fire Road, one of the upper portions of it. See, it branches off from the bottom of Mount Disappointment Fire Road, which is going to snake its way this way. And here, the Bill Reily Trail, it starts off by doing switchbacks right above the small parking area. As you can see there's been some trail maintenance. You can see somebody's put some retaining boards on the side there to reduce the erosion. But one thing is, this is a really pretty trail. I do highly recommend it if you want to do a likely less crowded hike up to San Gabriel Peak in vicinity. Just fair warning, we are starting at low elevation, so there is the chance of running into poison oak along the trail. I don't remember having a lot of issues with it, but it does come close right here. This right here, this is poison oak, this little twig. Believe it or not, I can tell what it looks like in winter. There's poison oak right there. And this is poison oak, this twig right here, growing right through this coffee berry. So if you're checking out the coffee berries, like if this plant ever produces the drupes, the little black drupes on them, be careful if you're going to examine them up close. Be careful where you reach your hands, because there's a poison oak plant right in the middle of it. But I remember for most of the site, I don't remember really having too much issue with it being encroaching. But just keep an eye out for it until you get up to about 5,500 feet. Then you shouldn't really have to worry about it most of the rest of the way up to the upper portion of Mount Disappointment Road, where you're gonna turn left to go to San Gabriel Peak, turn right to follow the road up to the top of Mount Disappointment. So this is actually a really good way to get a twofer, some bang for your buck. If you decide to want to get to San Gabriel Peak, may as well make a side trip to Mount Disappointment. I think altogether it's about if you combine both peaks, I think it's about a 5 mile and roughly hike. I think just doing San Gabriel will probably be closer to 4.5. So that's just kind of an estimate. One thing is the lower portion of this trail, you got some nice, beautiful big cone Douglas firs clinging to the side of this real precipitous hill. So once you start really getting higher up, once you start climbing up, it's going to turn into basically a bitypic stand of canyon live oak and interior live oak. So you won't be in the you won't be in the conifers again until a little bit towards when you're on the firewood heading towards Mount Disappointment, and a couple of spots that didn't burn during the station fire near San Gabriel Peak. There are a few big cone Douglas firs and sugar pines up that way. But one thing I always loved about this, see, obviously the bobcat fire did cut this area up a little bit, but and over here you still got lots of beautiful big cone Douglas firs. So this is a trail I very highly recommend. It's not an extremely difficult trail. It's a pretty mild trail. It's definitely in the moderate category. So it's not an extremely strenuous hike, but you'll get a good workout. And then when you come back, treat yourself to a sight of a beautiful big cone Douglas fir grove right here. Beautiful Pseudotsuga macrocarpa. One of my favorite trees. So highly recommend taking the Bill Reily Trail up to San Gabriel and Peak Mount Disappointment. You could probably link up to some of the other peaks like Low and Markham. If you study your maps and learn the route, you can probably link up to a lot of those peaks as well, albeit with some more difficulty. Coming back from Mount Disappointment, it'll take you down. Yeah, you probably from there you'll probably have to head towards Eaton Saddle. Actually, yeah. If you go from Mount Disappointment, you'll have to go down the other side on the San Gabriel Peak Trail towards Eaton Saddle if you want to link it up. So it's going to be a bit of a mission, but it's doable. You just have to learn where the trails are and just learn your way around. But there you go, Big Cone Douglas Fir Forest, one of my favorite spots. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on another video.